Welcome to the second tutorial of the Excel workshop from beginnerslearn.com. Let's go ahead and open up Excel. I have it minimized down the bottom here. We're going to be just working with basics of the spreadsheet today. So let's just get used to the coordinates and everything. Let's say if we click up here, it says A1, and up here it just shows A1. We can change where we're actually clicked. If we go up here and like say C3 for example and press enter, and it'll go over to that cell. Otherwise we could just click where we wanted to and it would change up in that name box. Let's just do some simple calculations though. So let's just say A1 and we're just going to go down to A5 and just put random numbers, 5 plus 9 plus 3, 5 and 9 again. So we can start the calculation here. We start off with a equal sign. We'll click what we want to be the first value in that equation. So it would be A1. We can use the plus sign. And then we go down and click what we want to be the second value. Press this plus sign. The third value, the plus sign, and so on until we have all these. And it'll show a different color for each cell so it doesn't get confusing. You press enter here and it will say 31 because that's just everything summed up as of A1 to A5. But as you can see, that could be really time consuming if you get like a list of 100 numbers. So what you can do is actually just what I want to show you first, the downfall of actually doing it this way too, is if you click right here, and if you right click wherever in the sequence of numbers, hit insert and push 9. So you'd expect it to actually add it up, but what it's doing, it recognizes that you added a new one, so it goes A1 plus A2 plus A4 because it skips number 3 because that's where we inserted the new row, and it just does the rest of them. So to fix this, let's just take out everything after the equal sign and just highlight all that and press backspace. Now we can use a function called sum. How functions work is you put the keyword, which would be sum, you use a bracket, and you can highlight all the numbers you want. You can press enter. It'll close the bracket itself, but I like to just make sure that it's closed and press enter. So that will sum everything from those numbers. Now if you were to insert a new row, you could go back and say like 80, and that would just add it to the sequence because that will just take account any additions to the rows. Let's see here. You can also do this like if you want to find, let's see, average is another keyword, so it'll find the average of all these numbers here. What it does is actually uses the colon here to say A1 to A7, so that just collects everything from A1 to A7 and uses this function. Let's see, what other functions are there? There's min, so it'll take the lowest number from this sequence and just output it there. There's also max, so it's going to come up with 80. So you can see that this is going to be really helpful for any calculations or spreadsheets you make in the future for any application. There's so many we can open. If you click the insert function button here, it brings up all the ones you can use. There's average, if, hyperlink, count, sign, sum if. It really just goes on, and there's tons more. If you go over to the formulas tab, there's all the text functions, logic, financial, recently used. Oh, and there's also the auto sum. So instead of manually typing sum, it's even in the home tab over here. If we click where we want it to go and say, okay, in cell A8, everything above it is going to be detected if we hit auto sum. So it's just the little E, the Greek E called sigma. If we hit that, that is going to just select everything above it and then we can press enter, and then it'll do that auto sum by itself.